Booberlee here. Normally I'm just clipping and archiving or having fun in chat, but this is where the content has stopped for me. A YouTuber, a person I watched like 8 years ago, who was a very popular YouNow streamer, is facing life ruination. So I wanted to give him a platform, especially seeing as after he got arrested, his channel was taken down. Not many people know this, but the very channel that his main channel was now, he let me put up clips on it and practice being a clipper. This is before I had my T-Clips channel. Actually, I called that the T-Clips archive channel. He let me use his monetized channel. He was someone who was always giving people their flowers, shout-outs, etc. I don't mean to speak about him as if it's in the past. He's alive, but being Me Too'd. He's going to carry the social stigma, even when found completely innocent. I want to thank a friend for helping me with the second part of this interview. My call service dropped, so it didn't allow me to record iPhones. If you use Wi-Fi calling, you can stay connected, but you lose out on the regular features like call record that comes with the phone. And thank you to everyone who asked questions. I did try to ask them all between both interviews. A lot of the questions concerning the other party wasn't something I could ask because of the sensitivity of everything. Charles will be having a hearing, though, on the 25th. I hope to interview him and get an update before or around then. So if you have any other questions, let me know. And here's the interview. Enjoy.
This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Start off with, we're basically, as far as when we left off, you're like thinking I'm like your enemy or something, you know?
Yeah, I kind of felt like you were like getting all up in my legal business a couple of times and, you know, maybe nefariously trying to sabotage me. I'm not going to lie. I had that thought a couple of times. But I can be real paranoid, you know?
Right. Well, okay, I don't think on those terms, like, I don't think to, like, sabotage anybody. The situation is just crazy, and I feel like you weren't defending yourself, and I think you need to do that more, you know? And I think that would have helped a lot clearer with things.
Yeah, I think it was like some of the, you know, some of the stuff like bringing up the bond hearings and the order of protections and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That I maybe got a little upset about. And it wasn't just you. I think it was Flowers was another one I was upset with right before I got in. But, you know, it's just the seriousness of, I mean, this was before I had a case in Norfolk now, too. So the seriousness of the case in Virginia Beach just, you know, I just felt like I'm not really in a position to say much at all to defend myself, you know, because I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to stir things up and agitate the other party, and you know, because I mean it's pretty serious. You know, my situation is not, you know, it's not just, you know, it's not like I'm just sitting here on. You know, I don't know. Everything's up in the air. You know, it's a very serious situation. I guess my worst fear at this point is just, you know, my dad passing away while I'm behind bars. You know, I mean, that's looking like it could be a possibility at this point.
Are you still able to contact him?
Yeah, I talked to him and I talked to Andrew a little bit.
Okay, that's good. Even though he's like upset you're having candy and stuff there in jail.
No, that's not true. I haven't had any candy since I've been in jail. It's just not true. You know, whatever, you know, I get on the canteen, I spend it on coffee.
Right.
And that's about it. You know, I buy some phone cards for my phone debit, but yeah, nobody is sending me money for candy. You know, the thing, I don't want to say anything bad about Andrew. The thing is I think he just, you but both my dad and my brother, and probably a lot of the viewers, just have, Charles and Marissa fatigue. They're just, especially my family, they're just fatigued from all this. And then my brother got arrested as well.
Yeah.
And so I think they're just, they think I should. What was that? Did you hear that?
I think it was my Bluetooth headphones. It sounded like a ring, right?
Yeah, like a do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, okay. I'm surprised you can hear that. Okay. It's
yeah,
okay.
I think they're just fatigued from the whole situation. They think I should have, ended this a long time ago.
Right.
And, my dad had really high hopes. We had just moved in together and everything, and then now I'm locked up again on even more serious charges, and it's disappointing, it's heartbreaking, and very nerve-wracking, not knowing what my fate is going to be,
Yeah.
Some people get 15 years for some of these charges, other people get life. I mean, it's very serious, very, very serious what's happened. And, obviously my plea is not guilty, obviously,
right.
On all these accounts. And so, I think just I think my anxiety about being in this legal situation in the Commonwealth just kind of led me to kind of lash out, a little bit and I get it. People are interested in what's going on, and they're, content's content, but this just went a little bit too far, even for me, as far as content goes, and I just felt like people were kind of prying into my business about the bond, and they wanted to revoke my bond at one point, but
oh wow.
I won't say exactly what happened or what transpired, but they withdrew that motion when we went to court.
There is a lot of things going on, and a lot of trolls. Always,
So you can understand like how paranoid I am.
Right. I do understand that. But I'm still a person who believes people are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law.
Well, it's obviously not true, or I wouldn't be sitting in jail. I mean, they say that, but in practice, that's not true. Like I can't get a bond. You're entitled to a bond by the Constitution, but the states, they write their own rules. I mean, and you can see on the state flag, like just look at, the viewers can look up the Virginia state flag. I mean, that tells you right there what it is, so it's very, very, very serious. I don't want that point to not get across. I mean, this is a very serious situation.
I know it's kind of silly to ask this, but you should read the Joseph Code of Colors. He's the person who got sold into slavery from his brothers. They were jealous of him.
Oh, yeah. No, of course I've read that. I read that recently, actually. They had a Bible study group downstairs. Yeah, I remember that in the Old Testament.
Yeah, because it is it's kind of a similar situation in some ways. He was falsely accused and put in jail, and he had to fight rats for his food, and it was a terrible situation there. But in the end, it did work out.
Probably a lot worse than this situation if he's eating rats.
Well, yeah, he was competing with rats for his food.
Oh God!
Right. You just have to worry about if the food in there is vegan or not, or variety.
I think the cabbage sometimes is just toilet paper.
Oh no!
I think it's wet toilet paper. No, I'm kidding, but no, I'm familiar with that story. One of the first things I did was I emailed the chaplain from the tablet, and I got a Bible the first week I was here. So I got some colored pencils, and I highlight it and I read it. It's almost like a monastic sort of lifestyle here, especially if you're not fucking with drugs and the gambling and all the bullshit. I mean, it's very like a very monastic life, not the life I want to live, but my days are kind of just spent reading, studying, taking these courses. I have a passion for studying economics and religion, and so that's mostly what I focused on. A lot of, spending time in contemplation and meditating. So I work out. They don't really have any equipment, but I've done this enough times to be able to come up with a good calisthenic routine. So it's almost like I'm living like a monk.
Right. Well, And you did say that you're in a more of an isolated area now, so it is more like that. You're
Yeah,
not.
well, my fucking damn classification is so high, they don't put me in general pop. You know,
I
they
see.
put me with, you know, I'm in here with people facing life sentences for murder. And, like,
Right.
it's just crazy. You know, a lot of people have malicious wounding charges. In the pot I was in downstairs, you know, well, what I was told was he was the governor of the Blood Gang, the governor from Virginia Beach, so some pretty high-profile people. I remember there was a kid that shot a couple dudes in the face in Hampton. He was on the run in Norfolk, and they picked him up, and they brought him here for a couple of days. So, I mean, my classification is so damn high that, yeah, that's pretty isolating. There's no movement. They take you to the gym like once a week, and everybody just wants to fucking play basketball, so I don't even go to the gym really.
Well, I can imagine that if you write a tell-all, you'll have a lot of interesting characters to put in there, just from what's going on right now.
Oh, I know. Just yeah. I mean, the characters I met in the last month is, you know, like I was working out with some AD guys, and there was another dude that was doing 15 years for. He was going up for 15 years for a similar charge, and you know, so I mean, there's people here that are. There's a lot of dudes as well that are kind of in the same situation I'm in. You know, they're mixed up in a relationship. It's, you know, really a toxic relationship, and you know, they're just kind of mixed up with some charges. You know, but I'm sure there's a lot of innocent people here as well.
Well, definitely, especially since apparently they're arresting people for throwing things and accidentally hitting people.
Viewers, look up the state flag of Virginia. That'll kind of tell you my situation here. Sic semper tyrannis. Yeah, right. But you know, it's. I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say that I'm comfortable or not, you know, anxious about all this and scared out of my gourd as to, you know. I mean, my fate is in the hands of, you know. And I was talking to somebody, actually, this guy that was here for like DUI stuff, and he was a like clinical psychologist. And what he told me is not just the inmates, but the entire structure of the justice system is mostly psychopaths, sociopaths, but they're like adapted, you know, psychopaths. But that's what he was telling me, is that most of the judges, most of the police, most of the depth, the detectives, the prosecutors, the attorneys, he said there's probably a very high concentration of sociopathic people in the justice system, not just, you know, within the inmates. So that was pretty scary when he said that, you know.
Well, you gotta be like, sometimes people just say things though, like to mess with other people, you know.
I know, yeah. I try not to fall into the pessimism, you know.
Because
yeah, I just want to get it across, like how serious the situation is. You know?
Right.
I may never see a day if things go wrong, you know. It's very scary, very scary.
Well, I do understand that you understand how severe it is, and it, like, socially speaking, it is not. It's like a death sentence, and nobody should be taking like these kind of accusations lightly, and so forth.
I know. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I know, for sure. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't take it lightly.
No, I don't think you do
lightly,
either.
You know, I'm very. You know, I guess, like I said, my worst fear is you know, my dad's gonna pass away and I'm gonna be behind bars. I guess that's what I think about a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I think about that the most. That would be very tragic for me and for him, you know.
Well, I'm glad you're able to contact them, though. That's
yeah, I talk to him
good.
every few days, you know. Like, but we had like bankrupted my dad pretty much, you know, with all the help he had given us. So, you know, he's only got so much money to spend talking on the phone and everything. So, I only talk to him like once every couple of weeks. You know, I'd like to talk to him every night. You know, she hasn't like blocked me, and she never showed up to the order of protection hearing. She didn't show up to Andrew's order of protection hearing.
Right.
You know, if she's in Cali, I mean, I don't see how they're gonna, you know, she doesn't seem interested in, you know, I mean, there was a dude downstairs, he got 15 years for, he just had one rape charge. According to his story, he, like, you know, just brought the wrong girl home, and then she told her parents or something, and her parents, like, told her to file charges, and he was out on bond for a year and a half, and then went to trial. They never offered him a plea, and he got 15 fucking years. He got 30 years with 15 suspended.
Well, okay, but I also know of other crazy cases out of Virginia, like with Christian. Did you hear about that case?
No. With who?
Christian. So.
Christian? No.
Yeah, he's, I don't know, I guess you would call him a lolcow, one of the first ones, actually.
I think I remember the name.
I'm pretty sure you've heard it because he's always talked about, there's like always trolls. And he's kind of like, I don't know, he's beyond autistic. He's like way, like, beyond that. But
well, did he have a similar case?
Huh? Well, actually, it's worse. His case, he was on the phone with somebody, and he admitted to doing things sexually to his elderly mother. Okay? They actually have proof of that, and he spent, like, I think a year in jail and then time served, and that was, like, it, and they got him out of there.
Yeah, but that wasn't, like, a full-blown R charge.
Well, I realize it's not the same sort of situation, like, you know?
Like, I got 2 cases in 2 different cities. I got 2 strangulations, an abduction. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I got the big R, and then I got the fucking 3, you know, domestics.
Right.
TV charges.
Well, starting with the battery one, that shouldn't have ever happened. I'm trying to figure out, like...
Of course it should. None of them should have ever happened. True.
Well,
you know?
yeah, I know. I'm saying that specifically because I'm going over everything that has just happened in that whole series. So I'm back in September of 2024 right now.
Right.
I haven't made it to the other ones yet.
She made this weird short the day I got arrested, because I remember I watched it right before, it was just hours before the cops came and arrested me, and she was like, if you're going to have a bunch of drama in your life, make sure your dick is big as your drama.
Your dick needs to be in direct proportion to the drama that you cause. And if it's not, then you need to fuck the fuck off.
For context, I've added this clip because she told Inchi Court she had been scared. She was sleeping with a knife and mace. But before Charles got arrested, she's posting videos specifically taunting him about drama.
It's weird when you're charging me with rape and then you say something like that.
Right. The thing that's getting me with the battery pack is, okay, so you guys made a lot of content. 5 days before you turn yourself in to get arrested, you guys made a skit about getting arrested. Okay, you had
I was outside.
Yes, and you made a skit, and it's almost like a prediction at this point now.
What's up, everybody? So I just got out of jail. Spent 24 hours in the tank. The charges were basically internet stalking and harassment. There's a 4-day no contact order of protection, so hopefully after a few days here she's going to give me a call and we'll be able to smooth things over. Yeah, she threw me in jail, but I love her more than anything in the world. I love her from earth to infinity, so I do forgive her. Marissa, if you're watching this, I don't resent you. I'm not mad at you. Thank you so much for not charging me with assault, and for the viewers out there that have been supporting and leaving your supportive comments, I really do appreciate it. Hopefully after 4 days she's going to give me a call, and I'll be back in the apartment. Until then, I'll see you next time.
Because she called the cops on me in LA one time. She called the police on me when she hit me with the car, remember? And then they wanted to charge me with property destruction. That's why this is so serious in this state. When she hit me with the car, they wanted to charge me with property destruction. You know?
Yeah, that is really absurd.
But I didn't say anything to them. I didn't say anything to the cops in Virginia Beach, so I mean I have that going for me too. Where like the guy that got 15 years, he got because he had never been in trouble before.
Yeah.
He got frustrated during his interrogation, and he didn't know that you're not supposed to talk to the police, you know?
Right.
He got frustrated, and he was like, all right, fine. He was like, whatever you say. Fine, I did it. Whatever you guys say. And that was enough, too, when they brought that at trial.
Wow.
You know, but I was just...
See, that's the thing, though.
When he came back with that 15 years, like, I was like, oh, my God. This is awful, but, you know...
reasonable doubt. I've told this to a friend who's never watched you, has no clue, just telling them, basically. And the person has more than enough doubt to say things did not happen and so forth. So you have that. All you need is just a reason to doubt. That.
Yeah, I mean, and it also has to be like a witness has to be incredible. I think is the legal term. They have to have an incredible account of things, and you know, whoever wins the case has to look more credible.
Tomorrow's Sunday. Do you guys have a church service in there? Any kind of church service?
In the pod I was in downstairs, they did Bible study group at night, like every night. It was a bunch of Hondurans and a couple of crackheads and a couple of white boys. So I did that off and on. But no, they don't do church services here.
Oh, okay. You don't have like a priest in there or like a, preacher?
Well, I mean, there's a chaplain, I think, that comes by.
Okay.
You know, I've got a Bible and stuff that I can highlight with colored pencils and shit. But
oh, okay.
Why?
Oh, no, I was just wondering because, like tomorrow's Sunday, and I was thinking like maybe they do that. But I also saw something about or it was one of your old videos. You were talking about the Muslims get a certain kind of meal. So I'm like wondering if they kind of like when it was their holiday.
Yeah, well, I think that when is Ramadan? I think that already passed.
Okay.
But they have like kosher trays here and shit, which supposedly are a little bit better than the regular trays. But yeah, the food's pretty gross for the most part. I mean, sometimes it's alright. Like tomorrow, we get chicken every Sunday, believe it or not.
Oh no!
They give us like a thigh and a fucking leg every Sunday. I've never been in a jail that serves chicken every fucking Sunday.
Well,
but,
that's I guess
back on like a hallway block now. It's like a long hallway. I've got my own cell as of right now, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Yo, Wilkie Bobo, she wanted to know if how the vegan food was doing in there. Do they have? If you tell them you're vegan, do they give you a vegan?
Yeah, so they do have a vegan diet here. They have a vegetarian, a vegan diet, a heart healthy diet. But it's literally just cabbage and broccoli, like frozen broccoli, tacos and rice, like every meal, and it's not very...
Okay, so then there's no variety then?
Yeah, it's like the same tray every fucking day of the week.
Wow.
Because I've seen people on some of the heart healthy meals and stuff.
We're starting over. You know what? The last time I tried to record our interview, it didn't actually record that session. But I learned why. I'm on Wi-Fi calling, and whenever I'm not on my cellular, it won't record it. So that's why it kept happening that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're way out in the road.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Very rural. So I want to give you this chance to, for you to say whatever you want to YouTube that, is okay to say, and then I'll ask you some questions. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so like if there's anything like you would like want to get out there, just go ahead and tell YouTube about it.
Just that, I do thank everybody for the support out there. Thanks for your concern, all your well wishes. They've gotten back to me. I am excited to hopefully at some point here soon, the next couple of months, get on out of here and restart my life and restart my content and try to do things a little bit differently this time around, in all areas, all aspects of my life. And yeah, I do miss going online and streaming. I miss it a lot, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity to be able to do this here.
So I know I asked this before, but I'm going to ask you again. What happened to the black fanny pack?
Black fanny pack is with my dad and my brother. It has my wallet and my passport and all my shit in there. I did not bring that with me to the jail, so that is that should be alive and well somewhere in my dad's apartment.
Okay, that's good. And
I'm looking forward to wearing it again. But like today, we had every Sunday they give us chicken. Today the chicken was terrible. It was burnt. It was awful.
oh no,
Like I said, better than others. But yeah, they have a few. They have like a heart healthy diet. They've got a gluten free diet. You would basically don't get any bread. You would get like taco wraps for every meal. So I don't know. I didn't when they asked about it when I first got booked. I didn't say anything. So they just put me on the regular diet when I got here. But it's jail food. It is what it is. Actually, the grits in the morning. What I've been told is that the package downstairs, the grits come in, literally says not for human consumption.
oh my god, that's crazy.
Bird meat. One of my mainers is being locked up, and my dad passed away, on behind bars. So I'm looking forward to getting out and seeing him again, and trying to be a better son than I have been the last couple of years. Being distracted with my relationships and everything.
I know that has been on your mind. Questions from the community. Now, did you ask anybody to hide your channel?
No, I did not.
So you did not ask for it to go away or anything? Okay.
Channel's been fraudulently, frivolously taken down by bad actors.
People have asked about like your cellmates. Are you making friends in there?
I mean, I stick to myself for the most part. I'm on a block right now where I'm like the only white boy on the block. It's been like this for about 3 weeks now. The conversations pretty much have a range of, guns, drugs, and
Oh wow.
female CEOs, the female deaths stuff, and so it's not a whole lot, that I can really contribute to those conversations. But yeah, there's a couple guys in here I talk to. I try to look for the guys that got domestic cases like I do, and there's a ton of guys in here with malicious woundings against their girl. Like one dude hit his girl with a car on Christmas Eve. He's been locked up for 9 months for that. And I will say a lot of these dudes, they seem to know a lot about the law, because they've had run-ins with it enough times. So a lot of them, they know how to use the law library. So that I've been, seeking, if there's like an intelligent conversation to be had or whatever, I'll definitely go for it. But for the most part, I just kind of stick to myself, do my little workout. There's a guy that watches CNBC in the mornings, the stock news channel. So I'll sit there and watch that with him and drink coffee from about 8:30, 9:30, and then he puts on Joel Osteen at 10. And so you know who Joel Osteen is?
I don't. But I'm surprised you guys can watch.
Charismatic mega church preachers.
Oh my gosh. One of the. I see. Okay.
So then I start my workout. I start my workout as soon as that comes on. But yeah, no, I mean, in the block I was in for the first month and a half when I got here, there was more people. It was an open dorm situation, so kind of we're forced to socialize a little bit more. But right now I have my own cell. They can have up to 3 people in the cells, but the block is so empty. Everybody's got their own cell right now, so
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of alone time, which is good.
Well, what are you doing? Are you writing anything in there? Like any new
Am I what?
music? Oh, I was wondering if this is a question. Are you writing any music in there?
Music?
Yes.
They have music on the tablet, but
You have 1 minute remaining.
yeah, I'll call back. But they have music on the tablet, but usually I just use the tablet for studying and for messages. It's like 3 cents or 5 cents a minute to listen to the music.
Oh, okay.
Kind of spend, yeah. But
That's
here, I'll call back in.
okay.
This is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Norfolk jail. To accept this call, press. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
We're back.
We're back.
When it comes to the music, honestly, like I'm trying not to think too much about music because it just kind of puts me in a weird space. You know, music can be kind of haunting. You know what I mean? So,
You could definitely bring up a lot of memories and stuff. So I understand.
yeah, all that kind of shit.
Well, okay.
I got music playing in my head. You know?
Yeah. Well, Charles, okay, I'm trying to get people to understand like what it's like in there. So as far as like internet goes and this tablet, what can you do? Can you like go on social media like Instagram or
Yeah, so the tablet doesn't have internet. It's an in-house network.
okay.
But, it has Idovo, which is like an educational platform.
And you said you're taking classes?
Books. Yeah, it's got classes where you can earn certificates. It's got entire textbooks. It's pretty lit. You know, it's got pretty much anything you could want to study. Everything from history to math, science, psychology, finance. It has everything. Then it has a religious book section. I've been reading a lot of the Buddhist selections and also some of the Jewish selections too. But it's got everything from the pagan Bible to Hinduism to the Book of the Essenes, Zoroastrianism. I mean, it has texts, like not just one text for each religion, but several texts for every religion. It's got an Orthodox Bible section on there, and then so that all of that's like the free. That you don't need any money for it, but the paid for sections of the tablet is like the music, the messaging apps, the video visits. They've got like the Calm app on there. You have like rain sounds or some type of ASMR or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, those all actually sound really great, but it sounds like you can't communicate or follow like regular social media and stuff because there's like no real internet, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no real internet. I can't actually get onto YouTube. Like some of the educational courses, they are YouTube videos, but you don't actually have access to YouTube. So.
Oh, okay. I see. So it's kind of like blocked then.
Yeah, no, they don't let us on to the wider internet world, but the tablets are pretty cool. Like, I don't know when the tablets came about. I guess in the last 5-10 years or so. Because when I was in jail in New York, they definitely didn't have tablets back then. So it's nice that they have the tablets, and they've got like, I wouldn't say one tablet for every man in here, but they have enough. Like I got a tablet in my cell right now, so
that is very. That is really good. That way, it's you can use it as an educational tool and a messaging tool. So that's. I have a funny question.
Or just for studying and messaging. So that's pretty much all I use it for.
I believe I asked this before, but I'm going to ask again because of the recording issue. Spam asked you, do you still need a bitch like Harley Quinn?
Yeah, no, actually, she had showed me that song about a month ago.
Okay.
We had watched the what was it, the Suicide Squad with the Joker. What's that actor's name? Jared Leto. Jared Leto as Jay, the Joker, and Harley Quinn. And we had never seen that movie before, but we liked that interpretation of the Joker and Harley Quinn. I still think they should make like a whole movie about that. But yeah, I mean, Harley Quinn's got some redeemable qualities about herself. She's loyal and always stands by her man Jay. So I guess I'll still be on the lookout for my Harley Quinn. But yeah, it's sort of the romanticized version of like the Bonnie and Clyde, the Kurt and Courtney, the Sid and Nancy, those sort of archetypes in relationships, I guess. But
well,
it just seems all that and contemplate on what I really need in life.
Right. Well, I would say about those relationships, I mean, it was like they are together against the world. They're not against each other, though. So
right.
That is kind of a big difference type of situation.
Yeah, no, I sort of, I guess I enjoyed that aspect of the archetype too. Just like, no matter what happens, or I mean, I remember in the movie like they were both locked up in prison and stuff, but they always found a way to get back to each other somehow, some way. And it was quite romantic, I think.
Yeah, I understand that. I think a little bit of everybody can understand that.
I have been thinking a lot about this. We're trying to recover my main channel right now, but I've thought about more of a sit-down podcast style, perhaps even maybe eventually working with my brother, if he'd ever be interested in doing something like that. There's a lot. I have a lot of interest in a lot of different topics and things that I'd like to get into and talk about. So it's kind of like I'm sort of trying to narrow down what my focus should be. But yeah, I mean, in some form or another, I'll definitely get back into creating content. But it's like, I want to kind of up the professionalism a little bit instead of just always kind of being in my car or just doing IRL live streams or whatever, and there's definitely going to be a lot to talk about as far as life experience kind of stuff. I don't want to agitate certain parties, obviously, but
right.
I've got a lot that I can talk about. I mean, even just like from my deep past too, different kind of story time formats or life experience type of videos and shit. I've got a lot of ideas, just sort of narrowing down exactly what it is that I'm going to focus on, But I think maybe doing sit-down podcasts format, even with like a Blue Yeti or a couple Blue Yetis plugged into a computer, going out to like I don't know, like a park and sitting down at a table and recording some podcasts with my brother or something. Maybe doing something like that.
You could do that at the beach too. Like that would be really fun. Okay, as soon as you get, what's the first thing you're gonna do? Just the very first thing.
First thing I'm gonna do when I get out, I'm going to probably smash a can of tuna and drink a Sprite.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I've been craving tuna for some reason. No, I'll probably drink like a good cup of coffee. Yeah, if I get out, let's say I'm out by like 5, 6 o'clock at night, I'll probably have like a nice cup of coffee. Yeah, I think that's what I want, like a real cup of coffee. Not instant bullshit. The instant coffee is actually alright. It's not too bad. But
Well, that's
I
good.
was watching. So the CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, has a course on like running a company culture, and all that kind of thing on one of the apps here on the tablet. But he in one part of the series, he shows you how to make like a really good cup of Sumatra coffee without using a filter. So you basically put the hot water and the grains, and then it's like you press the grains down to the bottom, and then you pour so the coffee has just had contact with hot water, and that's it. So I've been thinking about maybe getting one of those clap traps and drinking really good Sumatra coffee by Starbucks. Make it at home, you know.
I almost feel like they're putting like commercials in there for you. Like it's a commercial, so it's like, okay, you have to have coffee. You think it's like a commercial?
Yeah. No, it wasn't a commercial. It was part of the course. And they got tested on. I never knew what Sumatra coffee was. I think it's from Indonesia.
Right.
And it's got like a real earthy, it's sort of like a Bordeaux wine. It's got a real earthy kind of aftertaste to it, which kind of does describe the Starbucks coffee. But yeah, no, it was a whole part of the course. Got tested on it and everything. Got the certificates and fruit.
Well, I've noticed that you seem to have great mental clarity. Is the lack of sex there helping with that?
I would say so, yes. You know, I mean, besides being sick, you know, I've been feeling a lot more energetic and less drained. So, I know people think it's bullshit, but it's definitely not. There's definitely something to it. I wanna try to fast a little bit more too, at least on some days, because I think right now that's the only thing kind of in my routine that I should be incorporating. That I'm not. It's just food's like the only thing you have to look forward to, bad as it is. That's like it's hard to like get excited about fasting. But,
Right. They let you fast in there, though,
yeah,
right?
Say what?
They let you fast in there?
Do they let you? I mean, yeah, they
Yeah,
can't force you to eat. I would just pick up my tray and give it to somebody. You know?
Oh, okay. Because, well, people have done hunger strikes in prison, and then they force them to eat. So I think that's only if it gets severe, I guess.
You have to be on a hunger strike for like a month, I think, before they hook you up to the tube. I've been meditating a lot. Been really diving into that practice again. So I'm trying to do everything I can to kind of get prepared to be better when I get on the outside.
Okay. Well, are you going to have a vehicle, or because one person was asking if you lost your Uber rental car?
So yeah, when I got arrested, my dad had to take the Uber rental back.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, I'll call back real quick.
Okay.
An inmate at the Norfolk jail to accept your from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Yeah, so my dad took the Uber rental back. So I don't know. My dad, like I said, he really doesn't want me to do Uber. He doesn't think it's a legit gig or whatever. But
Well, you ended up having an Uber rental car because your car was it was totaled basically.
Yeah, she hit a Loomis truck on her live stream.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was. The thing still drove. It was just the side of it, but it would have cost more to repair it than the car was worth, so they deemed it a total loss.
I see.
I lost that too. I lost everything the last 6 months. It's been awful.
Well, Charles, how's the best way for anybody in the community to write you or to send care packages? If they want to support or send something to you.
Yeah, they can write me at the jail. My number is 3030894. I guess just put that number on next to my name, 3030894. But yeah, you can write me at the Norfolk City Jail. You can also add me on the GTL app. Add me on there and write like a reporter, like 25 cents, send a message, and I can read it, send a message back. So yeah.
Okay, that's really good. I know some people are kind of afraid of writing on the app. I think, because in the App Store it has a bad review for the app itself. It's yeah. Your steps to rebuild your life. What are you gonna do different this time?
So like before I got involved in this relationship, I was well on my way to kind of getting my credit in order, getting some of my back taxes paid. I remember before I went to LA, I cashed out the $2,000 I had in my trading account. And I just sunk everything I had into trying to make this relationship work. So now that I'm sort of freed up from all that, my plan is to work on the credit and the back taxes from 2017. When I made all that money on You Now, I never paid taxes on it. And so the Biden administration, they got to me like right before the 7-year mark. But I want to take care of all that, and I got to start kind of preparing for my future financially and stuff, because I have not been doing that at all. Like my brother's in a little bit of college debt and everything, but he's got a really nice 401k and stuff that he's been building up the last 10, 15 years. And I just have kind of, been gallivanting across the country for the past 10 years. So I haven't really been working on that part. And I also, I want to help my dad out because he kind of drove his credit into the ground a little bit. He sold off a bunch of assets to help me out in the last year or so, and time I went to jail and everything. So I want to try to pay that back and everything. So I guess most of my goals, I would say, are probably financial, because I'm going to be 40 years old in a few years, and I don't think it's too late, but it's definitely about time to get the ball rolling and build up, some nest egg and pay him back. And like I said, I got to work on. I have been working on my credit, but when I got arrested, now I had to sign my power of attorney over to my dad so he can take care of my bank account. So we're kind of figure out if they can kind of put my account on hold for a little while until I get out. We'll see. It's a credit union, and I've had a relationship with them for about 6 or 7 years now. But yeah, most of my big goals kind of in the realm of getting my finances in order. Not just abuse drugs or traveling or in relationships or just not saving money and just being stupid. You think it's, and then when you're making money, sometimes you think it's never going to end. Like when I was making money on YouTube and YouNow.
Right.
And, I was thinking I made some really good money back in 2022, like the end of 2022, trading options. I made more money than I did, the whole year working at the restaurant depot. And, but you think it's never going to end. And then when it does, you didn't prepare for it. It's, so I'm kind of, way behind some of that stuff. So that's going to be my first order of business, But yeah, like, I'm trying to keep a good mindset and try to just, there's a lot of people with a lot worse situations than I got. So I try to, but there, for the grace of God, go I, it's kind of my mentality.
Well, Charles, there's a lot of questions I couldn't ask you because we're trying to respect that other party. What do you think you are getting out?
I mean, I can't say for sure, but I'd like to think. So I have a hold on me from Virginia Beach, and I don't have court there until October 20th. So I go to court in Norfolk September 25th, like less than 3 weeks now. Yay.
Yes.
And then I go to court in Virginia Beach October 20th.
Is it the September one where you plead?
September is a prelim. I mean, my plea is already in there. My plea is not guilty, obviously.
Okay, right.
But my plea is Virginia Beach is not guilty too. So
Right, absolutely, yeah.
we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to get the cases like non-processed. I think hoping for an outright dismissal is probably a little optimistic, but the non-processed situation. See, the thing is I'm hoping that I can get a bond at least, because I don't think they're going to non-process it the first prelim in Norfolk. I think they'll probably continue it. But maybe they won't. I don't know. Maybe they won't. But regardless, I'm hoping Norfolk will cut me loose in September, and then I'll get transferred to Virginia Beach. And then the Virginia Beach case, that's going to be like the fourth preliminary hearing,
Okay.
So I'm hoping that's going to be that would be wrapped up. What my attorney said for the third one was that, by the third one it should get dispensed. But the reason that I wasn't at my third prelim is because I got locked up again, and I was in Norfolk, and they never got the memo because it was just a date. I think I got locked up on the 14th, and my court date was the 15th, so they didn't get the memo. So, but I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I hope Norfolk doesn't continue it 3 months down the line, and then I'm sitting here till fucking December, January, February. I mean, I hope that's not the case. But we'll just have to see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully it isn't. I hope you can talk to your lawyer soon because they should have been on the ball as soon as you got arrested again to update that.
Yeah, well, no, they probably won't even see me until like the day before court, or maybe the day of court. That's usually how it goes down. But like when I first got arrested in Norfolk, they assigned me a public defender. It was like a temporary thing. I don't know why, but I got a letter from the public defender's office that said we need to work quickly, blah 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 blah, and then they just reassigned me a different attorney. So that didn't even end up being my attorney, which is fine. They gave me a family attorney out of Virginia Beach. I've heard good things about her. So, 2 different attorneys. So it's kind of a complicated, messy situation, but I mean, you don't hold on it.
Yeah. That is kind of a little complicated. Okay, for our interview, for the recording, we need to say goodbye. So what's the last thing you would like to tell YouTube?
What do I want to tell them? Shit. I should have been better prepared for the opening and outro question. I guess I'll just say that I'm going to be back eventually. I will be back, and I'm thinking very, very, very hard about what I'm going to produce when I get out there. So I'm going to try to do it a lot differently than I have been in the last couple of years, and it should be entertaining regardless.
I agree. I agree.
Pretty entertaining for people, but
That sounds great, Charles.
I never wanted to go this far for the content.
Well, right. There's lines, obviously. Yeah. This is called Life Ruination, and that's not content at all. We're following your story as it goes. And I appreciate you being available for us to talk to you, and I'm glad you're hanging in there.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been great. I appreciate being able to talk.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Appreciate being able to talk to everybody.